the notification so the fucking comrades can come watch me talk about Zack Snyder and be like, wait, this isn't political, and then tune out. But
Well, it can be political. We can make it political.
I mean, I feel like we do. I feel like, I mean, everything's political, right? Art is political. Like, you know, it bleeds its way in, as our 300 discussion is evident.
True.
But we were just talking off stream, which was stupid, about Twitter Zack Snyder haters. Like, what's up, Jesus? What have you been seeing?
So, I think you mentioned before that people have this tendency of like saying something on Twitter, and then when they get replies, they'll be like, "Oh my God, the Zack Snyder stance found me." LOL.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's so weird to see. Like, okay, maybe there really are fucking crazy. Look,
Oh, there is.
There's crazy Zack Snyder fans out there, but I think here's my hot take.
Mm-hmm.
People who care so much about other people caring about something are probably the most cringe that you could ever be. The only people that I dislike more than people who hate people who like something are people who hate people who love something. Those people are also cringe.
I follow. It was a confusing train you put me on, but I follow. But yeah, it's like, and it's not just Twitter. What you're describing is like YouTube as well. Like I had mentioned it previously, a YouTuber who makes an entire series on why Zack Snyder is like the Antichrist, Maggie Mae Fish, right? Mm-hmm. We'll post that video, but it all started from like tweets, right? Like she would have been like, so Zack Snyder hates Muslims, right? Send tweet, and then people would be like, "Yo, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Like, where?" And then she'll be like, "Well, this shot means this." And then just fucking makes an entire series on it. And then when people are commenting or tweeting her video, like, it's just discourse, right?
Yeah.
And not victim blaming, but it's just like you started the discourse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what
so
this is.
weird because like no one asked you to talk shit about something that other people are really excited about. And then you're mad because other people are like, well, why can't we just like the thing that we like?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Because, like, people will be tweeting out, like, oh, WandaVision looks better than Zack Snyder's Justice League. And it's like,
Boy.
WandaVision is not a good metric because that shit is, like, the same, like, it has the same fucking budget as, like, a fucking Marvel movie.
Well, here's the thing is, like, okay, so Zack Snyder's Justice League has, probably a bigger budget than WandaVision, right? And WandaVision does have a huge budget, but what they're doing when they do this, right, is they'll take a 4K still from the released end shot of WandaVision's episode this week, and then they'll put it up against a trailer shot. Now, the first trailer we're watching right here, this is going to be HD, but I know the second one right here is not HD, right? So it's like they take that 720p picture of Darkseid and put it next to, something from WandaVision, which is the 4K still. That's so dishonest, right? And that kind of that circles back to Maggie Mae Fish when she'll be talking about like sexual assault is an ever looming presence in Zack Snyder's films, right? And she's someone who said like the importance of not putting Muslims near zombies because of association. She knows that, but she does it anyways because she'll say like sexual assault is ever looming in Zack Snyder's work. But she has a picture of Jesse Eisenberg, right?
Just like it's Jesse Eisenberg talking to the senator.
Yeah.
Are you trying to imply that the underpinning of this scene is that he's going to rape her? Because I don't think that's the point.
No. Not only do I think that's nigh impossible. Because my like reading of Jesse Eisenberg is like he's not sexually explored in the movie. Bar none, you know what I mean?
But it's not even like a physical assault of her. Like in that scene, she has all the power.
Yep.
Like he's
the one getting like mentally.
Yeah, he's trying to fuck with her, but she's the one that's like, I'm like I'm a Southern girl. I don't listen to all your bullshit and whatever, and like I don't know, man. That's such a dishonest reading. And the thing is, she doesn't have to defend it because she never actually said it. She just put a clip there. And it's like, oh, like in your mind, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that is kind of rapey.
Yeah,
but you're not. But if you know
for
it,
an audience, like, I don't think her audience is filled with fans of Snyder, right?
They probably saw the movie once, if ever.
once if ever, right? So, and they've heard things and they just hear what YouTubers say, right? So a lot of those people will see Jesse Eisenberg doing clip tip 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 and they'll be like, oh, that's rapey, you know what I mean? And then never actually see the movie. And here's the thing, it's so dishonest from her, for someone who, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's watched these movies a lot so that she can make this critique. She would know, like, we saw 300. If you want to show, you know, an actual character who does that, like, show the one from 300.
Yeah, 300 is a perfect example.
Right.
If you want to talk about violence against women, 300 has plenty of it.
Right, but she goes to Batman versus Superman, just a more relevant movie, because she started this series when the Snyder Cut was, like, announced and, like, the hype's building. Everyone's clicking on Snyder stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even, like, with Maggie, like, I can't... At the very least, I understand. You know what? You're making money, even if you're dishonest as fuck. You're making that cash.
Right.
What the fuck are the people on Twitter doing? They don't make money off of being stupid. They just what is it for?
I don't know.
I don't get it. It reminds me of, you know, all of this reminds me of the age old fucking Crunchyroll Awards. I don't know if you were in the know in the anime community when that shit happened, but the first Crunchyroll Awards that ever happened, there was this huge controversy because this anime called Yuri on Ice won for best animation. You've probably heard of it.
I've seen the 3 episodes.
Cool. Yuri on Ice won for best animation when it was pitted up against Mob Psycho 100. Now, Mob Psycho 100 has better animation, but Yuri on Ice was more popular.
Yeah.
People were so fucking mad. But here's the thing. It's a popularity contest. No one should be mad. Right. Who the fuck cares? It doesn't matter. It's fucking Crunchyroll Awards. Who cares? But also, people
awards
are
in general, even Oscars, is pretty much popularity.
True. But I mean, like, that's how all of, like, the fucking Boss Babies get, like, fucking nominations. Yeah. Like, how the fuck? But whatever. That's a whole other discussion. People are posting, like, full fucking GIFs of all of the animation from Mob Psycho, and it's like, whoa, look at all this cool shit. And then they'll post, like, a fucking single frame of someone doing a spin in Yuri on Ice, and it's like, I don't know if you're I don't know if you don't know what animation means, or if you just don't care that much. But a single image is not animation, motherfucker. What the fuck? That's what it feels like to listen to all this shit on Twitter.
Oh, me going over, like, cinematography and, like, visual storytelling within the MCU, like, I'll be like, MCU is fucking garbage when it comes to, like, cinematography and visual storytelling. And then someone will post me, like, one shot of an MCU movie and be like, no, look at that. And I'm like, no.
Well, here's the thing, though. MCU, as a whole, suffers a lot from not having very interesting directing and cinematography. That is a fact. However, even bad movies like Thor 2 can have the occasional amazing shot of, like, Loki with his fucking shitty ass room because his mom just died. There are like little moments, but they don't disprove the rule. They prove the rule.
Right.
Those moments stand out because around them is like a bunch of fucking nothing.
Yeah, it's not like if I were to find all the, like, when I'm looking for a thumbnail, right? I've been doing this a lot recently. When I'm trying to make a Zack Snyder thumbnail, it's fucking criminally hard. I have to go through and, like, choose 2 equally amazing shots, and it just comes down to how 2 might complement one another, because it's not truly like, oh, one's better than the other, because they're fucking amazing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've done a lot of videos about fucking Marvel shit. There's never, like, a great fucking shot that I just need to have in a thumbnail. You know what I mean? Fuck, I'll put Charlie Brown in there just because it's got better visual storytelling. You know what I mean? But yeah, just to cap off this Twitter discussion, I think the most cancerous part of Twitter is just the discourse of, like, aggro and then playing, like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Playing victim, of where it's just like, shit on something, and then when someone, like, replies to it, oh, you know what I mean?
It's like, man, all these people are such assholes. And it's like, why are they assholes? And then you swing a punch at one of them, and then they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, look, what an asshole. And he's saying, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and it gets, like, really personal, right? Like, the things they'll say, like, saying Zack Snyder is Islamophobic, or, like, these are heavy things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not shit to joke around with.
Right, so when people are defending that, like, it should not be shocking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes into reverse too, right? Dishonesty can take many forms, as well as the dishonesty of I'll be like so excited to see Flash in this movie with the Flash costume, and someone will be like, "That looks like fucking garbage. Like, why can't we just have the original Flash costume?" Now this person will have the fucking Daredevil black suit on, and I'm like, "That's a good suit." So like, let me point out to you, sir, that that's a deviant, and the Flash is a deviant, but that's okay, and that's great. And then I will be like swarmed by the like Daredevil fans who are just like, you hate Daredevil, you don't know Daredevil, and I'm like, what? The leaps people go to like have their position, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the worst part of it is when you're on both sides of this is you'll be like, oh my god, Zack Snyder makes good movies, and then someone will be like, no, he's actually a terrible person. He's a misogynistic, racist, terrible person. And then you'll be like, well, no, I don't think that that's true if you show it this, and this, and this, right? And then on the other side, it'll be like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with 300. Everything is perfect. That movie's amazing. It's over. And it's like, whoa, wait, guys, let's calm down there.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you gotta play both sides because everyone fucking takes what you say and they go like a country mile with that shit.
Well, and you're describing the hellscape I was in 2019, right? Where I saw Captain Marvel, and as a film, I fucking hated it. You know what I mean? And I fucking came to the table and I had every reason why there was something wrong with that movie. And like you're saying, you can have people come in and be like, boom, and Brie Larson is a terrible person and go with that and didn't take my arguments for that. And then you'll have people on the other side of something. I'm in the middle of this, you know what I mean? And you have the other people who are then saying, like, you are them because they're using, part of your... It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even define myself as a centrist. I just think I'm not a nut job.
Right. Like you said, being in the middle of something, right? Where it's just like, you're like... No, I don't think Zack Snyder is a racist, misogynist, all this, and because of this. But you're caught in the middle of these situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people are way too obsessed with being like ideologues, People just care about like being the most pure version of whatever they believe in. Yeah. So if like someone has ever, let's say for instance, like 300 was used in a way that Zack Snyder didn't intend, now that's tainting the rest of his career, and every movie he makes will now forever be a misogynistic, racist film. And I think that's a little ridiculous. Even if we can acknowledge that there were problematic things or it had happened in the past, we can acknowledge that moving forward we can be better.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point of Batman vs Superman. We fucked up, but we can do better. We have to, right?
Yeah,
that's the point.
I mean, that's a point of a lot of Snyder filmmaking, even Man of Steel, right? The entire like point of Man of Steel is like Krypton fucking failed, and it's sending Superman to be a better Krypton. You know what I mean? But I think that's enough for Twitter shit.
Yeah.